Hello, Toronto. Tomorrow I will be in Toronto. I'm going to Toronto for a work trip. I'll be there for 4 days, 3 nights, and the majority of my days are going to be work related. I think from like 9 to 5 each day is work related, and then we have a social in the evening. I'm there for a very short period of time, but I thought I would document the experience because 1, it's my first time in Toronto, 2, it's my first time traveling for work on site, and 3, it's my first time traveling alone, so a lot of things going on. Tomorrow is also the release of Onyx by Yarros. I am buddy reading this with my friend, so I am gonna get it on my Kindle so I can read it on the plane. But yeah, very excited to go to Toronto. Also a little bit nervous to travel alone, and it's also going to be very cold. I heard it's like negative 15 degrees, but with the wind chill it's like negative 25 to negative 28. But the next time I sit down like this, I'll be in Toronto. Outside. It is quite cold outside. I definitely think that in my head I anticipated it to be a lot colder, which is kind of a good thing because I braced myself for the cold, and then when I went outside and walked for a little bit, it was really cold, but I was bundled up pretty well. But yeah, I did a little bit of walking around while the sun was setting, which was nice. And I went to Indigo, which is a bookstore in Canada. I did hang around out there for like quite some time. I picked up Spectacular by Garber, and I really just wanted to flip through the illustrations of the book, which were so nice. That was the main reason why I picked it up, just because I wanted to look at the illustrations. I didn't really care much for the story itself, so I'm not really saying that I read it because I skimmed most of the book. But there were books that I really wanted to get. Watermoon was one of them. I can't remember who the author is, but the book is so beautiful. Hardcover, and then it had a design on the actual book, and then the jacket was really nice as well. And the inside cover of the jacket was really nice. Really wanted to get it, but I was thinking I can get this back home, and if I'm gonna get a souvenir of any kind, I should probably get something specific to Toronto. So I do have to figure out what I want to eat for dinner. I was going to get Wingstop today, but I haven't had a real nutritious meal at all today, so I should probably eat something more nutritious than Wingstop. But we don't have Wingstop where I'm from, so that was the one thing that I wanted to do when I knew that I was going to Toronto. When I figure out what I want to eat for dinner, and then the rest of the night I'm probably just going to read and then relax and prepare for all the social activities I have tomorrow and the next few days. I just spent the past 45 minutes trying to figure out what I want to eat for dinner. I was so set on getting Wingstop, but then I don't feel like it's healthy for me to eat Wingstop right now, so I didn't get it, and then I just don't have any other backup plans, so it took me so long to figure out what to eat for dinner. And I was like, I could just go to something reliable that I know I would like Chipotle. But I'm thinking, I'm in a new city. Why not try a place that I'll never be able to try ever again? So I just spent a bunch of time like scouring Uber Eats for places to eat, and there's just so many options and things. I settled on sushi, which I do like. But anyway, I'm gonna wait for my dinner to come. I have to pick it up from the lobby. But that's how my night's going. It's 8:15. I don't think my dinner's gonna get here until like 8:45, so it's going to be quite a late dinner for me. I'm about to head to bed, but I am reading Onyx Storm. So I'm on chapter 10 now. I don't really have much to say about the story so far. The beginning of Onyx Storm takes place right after Iron Flame, I think, or it's like 2 weeks after Iron Flame ends. So you're kind of back in the thick of things. It is a lot of politicking right now. I enjoy the politics part of fantasy books more than the magic system. And the only reason I say that is because I recently finished The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, and that series has a very cool magic system. However, I just felt like I wasn't interested in the magic system that much, and I was much more interested in the politics aspect of the book. But anyway, I'm going to keep reading Onyx Storm, and then tomorrow I have a busy day, so I probably won't be vlogging or reading very much tomorrow until the evening. Hopefully I can get to sleep soon, but with the amount of sirens I have already heard today, being in this hotel room, I'm afraid that that's gonna keep me up. Conference from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and then I have the dinner right after from 5 to 8:30, so I have a pretty packed day of socializing and whatnot, so I'm a little bit concerned about my energy levels and like how I'll be the next few days, because it'll also be more socializing. But I've gotten ready for the day, or at least I did my makeup. I'm about to get dressed. I actually kind of had the worst sleep ever. Something about sleeping in a foreign room just makes me have terrible sleep, and I think also I was worried about not waking up on time because I'm meeting my team downstairs in the lobby, so I think I was worried about that. And then the furnace heater in this room like turns on periodically, and I think that also woke me up randomly. Today the conference is hosted at the TIFF Lightbox here in Toronto, so I'm pretty excited to see like a Toronto landmark, I guess. I don't know if that's actually considered like a Toronto landmark or not, but what we're doing, so I'm gonna get dressed. I did not end up reading that much last night just because it was already kind of getting late and I wanted to get to sleep, but I ended up reading like 2 chapters or something, and not much has really been going on. I think I need to watch an Iron Flame recap because I really don't know half of the things that are going on right now, so. I am back from day 1 of the conference. I'm honestly really tired. Today was just a lot of socializing and networking, meeting people face to face, getting introduced to people that I've met virtually and that I haven't met in person. It's held at the TIFF Lightbox. I don't think I got any footage of the TIFF Lightbox, but it's basically a cinema, and I think they host like film festivals there. I'm pretty sure Toronto Film Festival is a thing. I feel like I've heard of that before, but I wore my contacts earlier today and it was just a lot of staring at a screen, staring at people talking. There was like mini breaks every 2 to 3 hours ish, but I was trying so hard to stay awake. I didn't get good sleep, so overall it was a hard day for me. And then right after the event ended, we had to get ready to go to the social event. The social was held at a bar called Bathurst Local, or Bathurst Local. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it was very interesting. It was not what I expected for a work event. It was basically like you go into this bar. It's super squishy. You like go upstairs and then there's a bunch of like hallways that you can go to and more stairs, and everything is just so cramped. All the rooms and all the stairways are so cramped. It was definitely an interesting place to hold a social. I was kind of feeling overwhelmed by the day already, and then going into that venue was very overwhelming. Although I haven't been fully nutritious today either, I think I will get Wingstop today because I don't know when I'll be able to get it otherwise. First time getting Wingstop. I'm so excited. I got 6 chicken tenders. I don't even know if I can show this without it spilling out. Louisiana rub, lemon pepper, which I think is really popular. But this is my first time trying Wingstop and probably my last time. I don't know when I'll ever be back in Toronto or in the States to try Wingstop again, but very excited. Little update before I have to leave. Today I'm doing my on-site with my team at the office. I'm pretty nervous for today because it's a smaller group and that means I'm gonna have to have a lot more like social engagements in comparison to yesterday where I was just doing a lot of listening and then like one-on-one networking kind of thing. But I think in this case I'm going to have to do a lot of like group talking and then brainstorming and whatever with my team, which is interesting because I'm brand new. But after that we're going to a bar. I can't remember what the bar is called, but we're gonna play board games and eat food and whatever. That's pretty much it for today. Today's my last full day in Toronto, which is kind of sad, but I am going to be happy to be home. I have been feeling a little bit under the weather like since I've been here, and my skin's been breaking out and my like hands have just felt so dry. I think it's just my body's reaction to traveling and whatnot. But tonight when I get back I have to pack because tomorrow I'm going straight from the office to the airport, so it's going to be quite a packed day. Just wrapped up my last full day in Toronto. Today was good. It was a lot about honing in on my department and the team that I work on and like future planning, and it's really interesting from my perspective because I'm brand new to the team. I literally started this job last week, so it's interesting to see what everyone's opinions are and then just absorb as much as I can. And then right after our on-site we had a social at the Doc Ellis, which is like a dive bar, and I learned to play crokinole, which is like this board game, I guess if that's what you would call it, which was really fun actually. And it was just fun getting to know people who work on my team specifically and then the broader team as well. Overall, I had a good time. I was just very tired by like the end of it. A little bit of reading update. I thought I was going to be able to finish Onyx Storm during this trip. I don't know why I thought that. Why I thought I'd have so much time to read because I'm only 22% in on chapter 13. So I don't know what I was thinking honestly. But plans for the rest of the night. I'm probably going to read a little bit of Onyx Storm, but I think I might try to make a bigger dent in Ready or Not because it is a contemporary romance. It's easier to read. It's fast paced and like I don't have to try to remember characters and things that are going on. I still haven't watched an Iron Flame recap or read an Iron Flame recap, and I've been saying I was going to do that since I started Onyx Storm and I just still haven't done it. So I might read like one more chapter of Onyx Storm and then I'll probably end the rest of my night reading Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I'm liking that book so far, but I think the contemporary romance of it all with the writing and everything is a little bit cringe. What it reminds me though, like the scenes that are happening, is it does kind of remind me of a K-drama, like for some reason. Ready or Not is an accidental pregnancy trope. The main character in one of the scenes, she's like on the subway and she gets really nauseous because obviously that's a symptom of being pregnant, and then she's freaking out because she doesn't want to puke on the subway, and the guy is like, quick, do you have any perfume or anything that smells good in your bag? And then what she does is she like unzips his jacket and then just like stuffs her face in his chest. It's so cringe to say out loud, and it was cringe to read it, and like stuff like that I think I would find kind of like cute or like funny or whatever in the past, but I think I've kind of grown out of that genre a little bit. Maybe I'm just not in the mood to read something like that, but I read that and I was like, oh my god, when would this ever happen? When and why would this ever happen? Those are my thoughts right now about both of these books, but those are my plans for the rest of the night. To explore it that much, which is kind of sad. So I just hope that I'll be able to visit again sometime in the future and actually get to explore the city a bit more. Hopefully the weather will be nicer
when I come, because right now it is pretty cold. I probably won't be chit-chatting for the rest of the day since I'm going to the office and then directly to the airport, but I'm hoping that I'll get a lot of reading done on the flight. I'm quite tired. I'm gonna get some caffeine and hopefully that'll help a bit. But yeah, saying goodbye to this hotel room and saying goodbye to this view.